the mutually assured destruction might help for a little bit.
I don't think so.
I
think it will just come back harder and stronger on the people.
The thing that you're talking about is the escalation. You know, you bring a knife
to a machine gun.
They bring a gun. You bring a machine gun. They bring a rocket launcher. I mean, that idea of everything gets escalated because of fear and.
Well, and also
what if both sides had rocket launchers?
But they don't.
No, they kind of do.
But they don't, because what the people who are protesting, what they don't have are all the militia who are now walking among the police and pretending to be police.
Okay, we don't have a well-ordered militia anymore.
I didn't say
They're just
anything
regular
about
fucking
well-ordered.
people. Well, there's regular people.
I said militia.
I know, but but that's a real Michigan thing. I mean,
it's not. It's all over the country.
It's all over, but they're not well-ordered. It's not
Michigan is.
It's not a militia because it is just a bunch of people that have guns. Well, let me go grab my 5 or whatever and walk out there. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's not really militia. It's unless it's these people that maybe the federal government has put, you know, without having any insignia on and all that kind of stuff in Washington, D.C. That's a whole other deal.
But it's not just Washington, D.C.
No, I'm just saying.
Other places, too.
But the idea that regular people don't have guns, well, of course they do. They're out there. They're everywhere. So...
Today, 23 states have organized militias.
Yeah, but they're not...
Michigan's one of them.
They're not organized by the state. That's what the well-organized militia was in the Constitution, is organized by the state. These are not state-run things. These are individual, like, private companies. They're private. They're people, right?
I don't think so.
You're telling me that we still have, in the United States, well-ordered militia run by the states?
This says, currently 23 states and territories have modern militias. As of 2005, these militias had a force strength of approximately 14,000 people nationwide, most commonly known as state defense forces or state militias.
States. State-run militias.
That's what it says.
Something about that don't sound right either. But anyway.
Michigan's one of those places. I grew up with Michigan militia people.
No, they can call themselves Michigan militia because they live in Michigan. But I'm not saying that they're run by the state. I didn't think we had state-run militia anymore.
Maybe we don't, but this is saying
that can be called out by the governor of the state in order to enact or do something in that state.
The Militia Act and Calling Forth Act did not end between state governors and federal government for control of the militia forces.
Okay, what does that mean?
This said before in the article that if the National Guard was deployed, the governor could call on the militia to then step up.
So in some of these states,
23 of them,
they are run by the governor, which means then the government can make them go away. They're not just people running around willy-nilly, starting fires or whatever. I like I said, I think why you get a guy standing on a sidewalk and a police officer shoving him to the point where he falls down, hits the ground, and blood is pouring out of his ear. In order to have that happen, that officer does not believe that guy is going to, that officer does not believe that anything bad is going to happen to him.
No.
If he believes something bad, like that picture that you have of this one guy standing there and this police officer standing there, or this other guy standing there.
There's an officer.
You don't see the threat.
He looks
to
like
yourself.
Debo standing up next to a little teeny weeny officer.
And that, I think that's the difference, because they're taking down black people because they see them as a physical threat. So you get 4 people on top of one person or whatever. You get people doing things that make no sense. It's like this overwhelming force on one person because the fear of black people. But they're not fearing people. Is something being destroyed over there?
Oh, it's just a cat scratching at Keaton's door.
Somebody better stop them before I do.
She's in there.
You should give her a little message, a nice warning, or I'm gonna get up.
Well, all of this
Can't
stuff.
destroy the house before we leave it.
The tipping point was this George Floyd murder. But since this,
You're saying that's the tipping point? No, that's not the tipping point. That's just the latest.
right.
The latest thing.
But since this, the protests have started, another group of police officers in Florida did the same exact thing to another black man, pinning him to the ground by his neck with a knee in his neck. And it's all on camera. So here's my thing. If this was just a one-off incident with this police officer in, where was he? Milwaukee?
I think.
Why are the police in Florida doing the same exact thing? Like Minnesota. Milwaukee is not Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. I'm sorry. But why are the police in Florida doing the same shit the police are doing in Minnesota? We don't have a program where all the police go to one place and learn the techniques and then they all are dispersed throughout the country. These things are local.
Well, we kind of do. Because our FBI teaches police forces.
They do?
Yes. They do get training from the federal level on different topics.
Oh.
So that
You're not talking about at the police academy.
No, I'm talking about the police academy. The police academies do get people. I mean, think of it this way. You're in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're in law enforcement, don't you think you're going to hear from everybody who are experts in law enforcement during your training time? It's not just even people that are experts in a particular part of law enforcement, but they're not from your state. Don't you think you would bring them in so that your people could hear from them? I mean, if you have a basketball camp, you bring in stars from all different teams and levels so that you can have some of the best, cutting edge, newest information going to your recruits. So yeah, the FBI does come in. I mean, they do it in like investigation techniques and all the other things. I'm not saying that it's just crowd control. It's not just riot control, but it's the idea of law enforcement. Yeah, people, the experts are coming. And if you have a class of kids or young adults that are going into the police department, yeah, you want to have the best and the brightest come in and talk to those people about how to do that job better.
Well, I was reading this article about this situation in Florida, and all I kept thinking is the country is burning because of this particular method of controlling a human body, and you're still going to use it. You're still going to do it
okay, but you said Florida, right?
Yeah.
You know who is it? Bill Maher has the thing about
Florida man.
The craziest shit.
All comes from Florida.
All of the bad stuff, it all comes from Florida. I mean, honestly, okay.
What in your brain though says, "Oh, I can continue to use this method"?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what they're going to say, I think, is, you see, they just did it wrong there. Our way of doing it is perfectly fine. I'm sure that's why else would you do it? If you thought you were wrong, you would never do it. So you had to think you were right in order to do it.
I think that their training just kicks in and you don't even think about it in the moment. You just do it.
Okay, but then not thinking is a bad idea in law enforcement.
How many times have you heard them say, "I just reacted"?
No, that might be...
That's not thinking.
I shot somebody because I thought they had a gun.
Like,
That's a just react. I just reacted. Okay, I get that. You don't see it clearly. It's it's not super bright out or whatever, and you thought and so then you just shot. Okay, I get that could be a possibility, but putting a knee on someone and then staying there, I'm sorry, but at some point, I mean, yeah, like in this last case with George Floyd, which is only a week and a half old or whatever.
mm-hmm.
This guy was on him, and then 2 other people were on him.
Yeah.
Why did it? I mean, after 3 minutes, why didn't somebody go? Why
are we still he
on
can't
him?
move. Why are we on
Right.
him?
And so there is that. I don't think that and why didn't the Asian guy? Why didn't he stop them? Why didn't he say anything?
Mm-hmm.
He just was poking this guy, like we said last week.
Yep.
So I mean, it's verbally poking, but I don't buy my training kicked in, because who gets trained? And if anybody's training this way, you would think they would be the ones that are going to be. Somebody's going to have to talk to them and find out why they're doing this kind of training. Why are they training people to put their knees on anybody? Why is that a way? I mean, I have seen the knee in the back,
Yeah.
and then trying to get the handcuffs on type thing,
Yep.
but I've always seen them put the knee in the back, put the handcuffs on, and then pick the person up off the ground.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that? Why would that stop? Why would it go from knee on the ground, subdue them, leave them, and keep kneeing them? Why did that change happen? And if that change happened because of training, then the trainers are culpable.
Yes, I agree.
Because for a long time that didn't happen. They literally would pick people up off the ground.
Yep.
They would all just like.
We all watched Cops.
Yeah, it's like as soon as the cuffs were on, up you go.
We all watched Cops for years. We watched that show, and people getting chased down. They put the knee in the back. They put the handcuffs on them. They pick them right up and march their ass to the car.
Throw them in the car.
Every single time.
If this is a training problem, like I said, then they should be going after the trainers.
Yeah.
In all the states.
I even watched a chase. We were at a stoplight, and I watched this police officer jump out of his car, run across this parking lot, football tackle this dude, flip him over, knee in the back, handcuffs, picked him up, and walked his ass to the car. And that was, I don't know, 12 years ago? So when did it change? Why did it change?
Are we doing a game chat? 'Cause I've got stuff.
We can do a short game chat.
Do you want to do one of the things in here?
No, we don't need to. Go check out the game chat
Then I don't.
on the YouTubes.
I don't have anything for this podcast.
If you want to find the Traveling Farrs, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere the good podcasts are sold at the Traveling Farrs. FYI, podcasts are free. If you want to see us on the Instagram or the Twitters, we are Traveling Farrs. If you like the email, travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space where this podcast goes, the travelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the
And don't forget to check out
no
our
E's in the
Patreon.
Blueberry. And then you can look down there at the... Say it.
The Patreon.
The Patreon down there. Okay.
Patreon.com/thetravellingfars.
Yeah, man. Send us money.
Give us your money.
Give us all the money. All the money.
Give
I
us
love all the money.
Give us all the monies that you have, and we'll make.
Because we're moving.
And we'll keep making stuff.
We're moving, and we need the money.
And
We're moving, and we're gonna have to get more stuff.
And we'll shout you out if you give us money.
We will put you in here. I will start putting up credits.
She will.
Maybe
throw
we'll
your
do
business
maybe
in the
we'll do a
street.
scroll, and we'll just have the names going up through that thing.
I will throw the business.
She'll
in the
throw
street.
your business in the street. Because you
Karen
like to
is
throw
very
business in
good
the street.
at
You like
putting
doing
people's
that.
business in the street.
And I'll spoil anything you got going on.
In every movie.
Yeah.
And
that you haven't seen
right,
yet. And,
the spoiler will spoil it
Yeah.
for you. Alright. That's it. That's it. You got that. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Peace!